What's up, comic book fans? It's the Emerald Enthusiast of the Multiverse Musings Podcast Network. Here with a look at the Spin Master 12-inch figure of Cyborg. Let's begin with a look at the packaging. Here's the basic Spin Master bubble. Here's the DC logo, the Cyborg logo, and it says First Edition. On the back, you get a shot of some of the other figures available in this wave. And here's a product shot of Cyborg. And now it's time to bust this figure out of the package and see what's inside. Here is the figure removed from the outer packaging, but still in the inner plastic. And here we see Cyborg out of the package and ready to rumble. I think there's a lot of things to like about this figure, especially for the price point, but I do have some minor criticisms, so let's take a closer look at the details now. So let's have a look at the lower body here, and I think you'll see one of my complaints right away. Although I like the sculpting, you see all these lines that have been sculpted in to give you the appearance of like various gears and like segmented metal working together. You'll notice that the upper part of the leg and the lower part are two different colors. The upper part is shinier, it looks more metallic than the lower part. Now, a lot of this is covered up by the packaging. It's obscured when you look at it from the front, but it's noticeable when you take it out. I don't know why they stopped there with this type of either the plastic or paint or finish, whatever they did with this. They stopped for the lower legs, and I really wish that weren't the case. So I like what they did with the upper thighs here. You see the construction, it looks like human thighs, like the quadriceps of human thighs. But at the same time, especially when you articulate the figure, there are synthetic parts like right there. And you see, kind of the gears and the segmented metal motif on the side here too. So I really do like how that looks. As far as articulation, you just saw a little bit of it. You can get the legs to go pretty far out. That's pretty impressive. You can get them to kick forward. Not much in the way of back articulation there for the legs, but that's kind of standard for Spin Master. I really like what they've done with the lower part of the torso here. You get some good paint up front here. You get like the suggestion of bolts, various, segmented parts, metal and synthetic materials that have all been fused together for a robotic torso. I like that. I wish this stamp were somewhere else, of course, less visible. But that's my only criticism of the lower part of this torso. So let's have a look at the upper torso here, and I really like what Spin Master's done. Of course, this is a comic-inspired look, so it's different than the cinematic look. And you see the symbol here, the Cyborg symbol, and that splash of red really looks good on this silver background. You get two different shades of silver, and the light just dances across of them. I really like how reflective this is. I would have liked it to have been even slightly more reflective, but that's okay. I mean, this looks really good. I like the molding here, the way the pectorals have been molded with the trapezius here too. I like the way that looks, robotic, but at the same time, the shape of, human musculature. Same thing for the back here. Lots of lines sculpted in, looking like, segmented pieces there. Yeah, so can't complain about the upper torso at all. Much like with the chest, the arms are done very well. You can see, again, that reflective silver. I like how that's been done. Lots of good molding. You can see that there in the fingers. Those are really well done. Good movement in the wrists. Of course, the elbows. Good rotation there in the arm. You can get it to go up pretty far. I appreciate that. 360 degrees of rotation. Of course, that is the same with this arm too. So you will definitely be happy with that, whether you are somebody who is just collecting or you're a kid who wants to play with this toy. Lots of good movement in the arms. So let's have a look at the head sculpt here, and I think the human part is done pretty well. The eye looks vibrant. I like how the lips and the nose have been sculpted in. The skin looks pretty good. Hair looks okay. It's a little plastic looking, but again, this is a $10 figure. You can only expect so much, but on the metal side here, the paint's a little sloppy, and I feel like they could have given just a little bit more detail, like maybe a dark wash to make these parts a little bit more pronounced, like these metal parts over here. Yeah, so it's not bad. Here's a look at the back here. So overall, I think this head sculpt is really good. The human side looks better than the metal side. But again, it's a $10 figure, so you have to manage your own expectations. So here's the figure next to my custom Green Lantern Cyborg. And of course, I use the Cinematic Cyborg as my base figure for this. This figure, the Spin Master, it's simpler in terms of design, as you can see, particularly the upper torso, but it has the edge in terms of articulation. So even though this is not as detailed in terms of molding as the Cinematic Cyborg, I still think you'll be happy if you purchase this figure. I hope you have enjoyed this review. If so, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for some articulation shots at the end of the video, and also remember to check me out on the Multiverse Musings vidcast, available right here on YouTube, where we cover all the happenings in the DC and Marvel universes and beyond. And I'll be back to the internet with more comic book related content soon. But until we meet again, this has been the Emerald Enthusiast, and thanks for watching.